Police, we have an arrest warrant for your husband for a $70 million fraud.
What? Who?
The police.
Oh, are you the one who suddenly came to our house earlier? You didn't have any identification, did you?
There are times when we don't.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are. Citizens shouldn't talk about police matters. You don't usually have to deal with the police.
That's for sure.
Let's get back to the main issue. Please get your husband to turn himself in as soon as possible. Covering for him will get you arrested too.
A $70 million scam is amazing. On the contrary, I'd like to compliment him.
Excuse me?
Isn't it amazing that he could swindle people out of that kind of money? It means he's very talented.
Are you okay? It's crazy to praise a criminal.
I'm sorry.
Your husband is a criminal.
You mean there's a side to him I'm not aware of?
Yes, everyone has a dark side.
So what should I do? Is there anything I can do for my husband?
Ma'am, I have good news. The victim has agreed to settle the case.
I see.
If he returns only $50,000, they won't pursue it any further.
$50,000 for $70 million? That's a little too good to be true.
Actually, the money that was defrauded is the kind of money that can't be disclosed.
Does that mean the other party is a criminal too?
That's right.
Then why don't you arrest him first?
No, he's a victim.
Let's not do this anymore, scammer.
What?
Do you really think I'd be fooled by this?
I'm a police officer. I would never lie. If you resist, it's an obstruction of justice.
Every police officer has a badge.
Don't act like you know what you are talking about.
I know, I'm a police officer.
Huh?
Who the hell are you?
I'm Johnson, a police officer.
No, you're not a policeman.
What do you know about it? You really will be arrested.
Arrest me if you can. You tried to swindle me out of $50,000. You know what the police would charge you with?
It's not a crime. I didn't receive any money.
Huh? You don't know about attempted fraud is?
Yes, I know that. But in this case it doesn't apply, because I am a genuine police officer and I did not cheat anyone.
I understand. You insist, yeah.
Yes.
Which police station?
I can't tell you.
They usually tell us who they are or which precinct they're from.
It's a top secret case.
You think you can get away with it? We have cameras on our front door. We have a picture of your face, so I'll submit it to the police as evidence.
Go ahead and try that.
Your tone has changed. Are you in a hurry?
All right. The cop thing was a lie.
It's a lie that I'm a cop too.
Huh?
I love detective dramas and watch them often. I still like Blue Lights the best.
You tricked me.
We both lied, didn't we? I was a little better than you, wasn't I? And by the way, I lied about the camera on the front door. You were a little freaked out, weren't you?
You're pretty good.
I'm flattered.
It's easy. You pay me.
Are you an acquaintance of my husband's?
Gary, right? I know him well.
Friends from school?
Well, something like that.
Who gave you my number?
Your brother, who loves poker.
That idiot.
He told me right away, man. You should at least educate your brother.
What reason would I have to pay you $50,000?
Thugs do bad things. You think there's a reason?
Oh, you are a hoodlum then, are you?
I heard your husband, Gary O'Brien, started his own business after college and became very successful. He's an accountant and makes a lot of money, right?
Apparently so.
$50,000 is nothing to him.
It's something.
Tell Gary that if he doesn't pay up soon, his precious wife will get hurt badly.
Why don't you just tell him in person? You're a friend of my husband's, aren't you?
Indirect threats like this are more effective.
Wow, I'm learning a lot. I'll do the same next time I have to threaten someone.
You're an idiot.
I can't believe you don't know that I'm pretending to be an idiot.
You're an asshole.
Well, well, well. I'm going to take a shower now, if you'll excuse me.
Well, you better hope it's not the last shower you're ever gonna take. See you around. You got the money ready?
Come to the 4th pier at 3 a.m.
You'll pay?
No, I'm not paying you. I just wanted to say that.
Are you fucking kidding me? Don't even try to screw with me.
Don't get mad at me. I wanted to play the bad guy too.
It's too late. I already lost my temper. I just broke the window of your car.
What?
You have a nice car.
Why did you do that?
People can't win against fear. They'll pay if they can get away. We use that kind of psychology to make money.
What a coward. Are you even human?
I'm just getting started. Now it's your pet's turn.
Huh?
You love it, don't you?
I'd give my right eye for him.
Why only your right eye?
If you mess with John, I won't let you get away with it.
That's up to you.
Oh God. Why is this happening?
50,000 is chump change to you. Let's just pay up and get it over with. I brought 70 million down to 50,000.
I just don't want to give in to criminals. I mean, I didn't know the 70 million was still on the table. 70 million is a little too much, isn't it?
If I say 50,000 after 70 million, it seems cheap, doesn't it? In this world, power and brains used well win. You sheltered ladies wouldn't understand.
Why don't you use your brains in a real job?
You're always trying to stir things up, aren't you?
You figured that out, huh?
A loser like you won't understand until she's hurt once. I don't want to do it, but I don't have a choice.
What are you doing?
John, right? I'm taking this guy.
What? What do you mean you're taking him? What are you going to do to John?
I was going to give you a break with just a car window, but it's your fault for pissing me off.
Please, give John back to me.
In exchange for 100,000.
It was 50,000 just a minute ago, wasn't it? Why is it increasing?
Because you made me angry and uncomfortable. If John's life is worth 50,000, you can pay.
Where do I transfer the money to?
There's no way I'd do anything that could be traced back to me. You're gonna have to go to the bank and withdraw the money and bring it with you.
Then where do I go?
Tomorrow, after you withdraw the money, go to the mall near your house. I'll tell you where to go from there.
Let me just hand it over and be done with, instead of going through all that trouble. I'm worried about John.
It would be bad if the police were called and I got staked out, so I want to make sure it's safe.
So is that what you call brains?
Don't you dare try to set me up. Next time, it won't just be a pet.
Okay, I'll do as you say.
Take the money out in the morning. I'll call you in the afternoon.
Okay.
It's time to meet. I hope you didn't tell the cops.
I didn't tell them. Is John safe?
Well, that depends on what you're going to do from here on. Did you bring the key I left in the mailbox?
Yes.
Use it to open the coin locker at the west exit, number 12.
Got it.
Put the money in the bag that's inside the locker.
Huh?
What's up? You're not going to tell me you were wearing a GPS or something, are you?
No.
By the way, my guys are watching from a distance. If you do anything stupid, the deal's off. You know what happens to your pet if that happens, right?
Okay, I'll put it in the bag.
Take that bag and get out of the mall.
Aren't we going to meet?
You got the cops waiting for you across from the movie theater? I know what you're doing.
You're so sharp. You got me. I'll do what you say quietly.
There's a bar with a red sign just outside the mall, right?
Yes.
Go around to the back of the bar.
Yes, please wait a moment. I'm going. Okay, I'm here. Now what?
Lift up the big trash can. There's a key there.
Are these car keys?
Can you see the parking lot from there?
Yes, I see it.
You see that black car parked there?
Yes.
Use the key to unlock it, and put the bag in the back seat. Put the car keys on the tire.
Sounds like a drama. I'm getting nervous.
Shut up and get on with it.
I put it on the back seat.
Then you run and leave for the mall.
Can I just walk fast? I have a backache.
Hurry as fast as you can and don't look back. Don't even try to track the car. I'll be changing cars in a minute. Understood?
Yes. Where's John?
He's on a leash in a park 100 yards from there.
Okay, I'll go and get him as soon as I can.
That's it. We're done.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Hey, wait.
What?
I just got a call from one of my guys. He said there's no money in the bag.
What? Then what's in it?
They said there's a bunch of baseball cards in there.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
Could it be that your friends betrayed you?
No way.
Strange. Weird things happen.
It's you.
Oh no, you got me.
You've got to be kidding me. Don't you care what happens to the dog?
Oh, the dog has already been picked up and is safe. You were the one who was screwing around and imitating the police. You took my dog without my permission and threatened me. That's too much screwing around, isn't it?
I wasn't screwing around.
Shame on you. It's not something a 43-year-old truck driver would do, Barry Johnson.
What? How the hell do you know my name and job?
I'm a police officer and I'm using my authority and information network.
Huh? You said you're not a cop, right?
That was more like I made it look like I was lying, but I was telling the truth.
I don't get it. Which one are you after all?
Oh, I'm a police officer. By the way, the camera in front of the door is real too. I've already submitted the footage, so it's like we analyzed it and used it to identify you.
Oh, shit.
By the way, the car you smashed the glass off, that's not mine.
No, but it was parked in front of your house.
It's my in-laws' car.
You're kidding, right?
And the dog you took is also my husband's dog, and his name is Chocolate. John is my tortoise.
I thought it was a dog.
John is my beloved husband's memento. I couldn't allow you to use him as a bargaining chip.
What do you mean by memento?
My husband passed away 5 years ago.
What? He passed away?
He was in pursuit in a police car when a car crashed into him.
Your husband was a cop too?
Yes, he was. It's what you call a workplace romance.
Oh no.
By the way, my father-in-law is also a police officer and my mother-in-law is a teacher at the police academy.
No way. A family of cops? That's not good.
You don't know Gary, do you?
We're old acquaintances.
If you were friends, you'd know Gary was a cop.
We got to know each other at a bar quite a while ago. We didn't tell each other our professions or anything.
And yet you didn't even exchange contacts?
He said, let's have a drink if we meet here again.
You thought Gary was an accountant, didn't you?
Well, that's what he said.
Gary isn't the type to make friends with strangers. So when he goes out, he pretends to be an accountant. You must have eavesdropped on one of his conversations, followed him, and identified his house. I thought it was strange that you would suddenly visit me at home.
That's,
You thought I was rich because I lived in a nice house.
You don't?
That's the house my in-laws built. My father-in-law was born into a wealthy family, so he was able to build a house like that. We were just living there. My husband and I are both very ordinary police officers. It's hard work. Making a fortune is just a dream.
Seriously.
Why did you contact me after 5 years?
There are so many lists of pigeons. You were just buried in the crowd. I've been running out of ideas lately, and I just remembered.
So you watched me coming in and out of the house?
I noticed you were seeing this one particular guy a lot, so I took the opportunity to talk to him. I thought you were having an affair, but it turns out it was your brother. So I pretended to be a high school classmate and asked for your contact info.
That's what I thought. By the way, my brother is not a patsy. He's a police officer, so he was probably watching you.
Huh?
If someone just looked bad and seemed dangerous, normally he wouldn't tell you. He decided you might do something, so he gave you my number. He laughed and said his sister would take care of the rest.
Even the brother? What's going on?
We are a family of police officers. Didn't you say so yourself earlier? In the eyes of the public, a brother who puts his sister in danger is a bad thing. Well, but we are a little bit special. The criminal jumped in on his own, and I'm glad he did, because it saved us a lot of time and trouble in the investigation.
Well, you were smart enough not to pay me, so no harm done.
What are you talking about? That baseball cards are a precious memento of my husband's.
Oh yeah, I'll put them in a locker at the mall. I don't need them.
Please, do so.
See you later.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
No, Come the hell out of that building.
What? I thought I had the GPS covered.
Don't underestimate a police tail. As soon as they saw you on our cameras at our house, you were done.
Holy shit, I was scammed by the police.
How much have you scammed out of other people?
I don't know.
I'm sure I can find out, though. It's going to be a long haul for you.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're a scammer. Dimwit.
Damn it.
Johnson and his friends were arrested in the building where they were hiding out. They were found with a notebook with a record of their crimes, written in poor handwriting. The total amount of damage exceeded $10 million. If he hadn't been caught at that time, he might have really made more than $70 million by fraud, using cunning and dirty methods to exploit sensitive areas that people didn't want to talk about. The victims were choosing to silently endure it rather than making a fuss, thinking it would be better to settle things with money. Taking John was crime. The window of the car was damaged, and he was sentenced to 8 years in prison, along with past fraud charges. Naturally, we had to charge him for the repairs to the car. The guys defrauded people out of money to have fun with it. I wonder if they can handle a simple life. Thanks to Gary, we were able to arrest the criminals. I can't believe he's getting bad guys even after going to heaven. My husband is so cool.
I really can't believe it. I can't believe you missed it. I can't believe an ingrate like you is my sister. Why didn't you come to Mom's funeral? Funeral? I don't know anything about that. When did she die? The day before yesterday. She took such good care of you. You ungrateful bitch. There's no way I would go. Are you serious? I tried to call you several times, but it said it was a disconnected number. I never received a call. Maybe you called my old number? The one with the 33 at the end? Oh, come on. I told you I changed my cell phone. Sorry, I forgot. If it's an unused number, you should at least use your head and remember. You could have just texted me. I was in a hurry. I didn't even think of that. Were you a pallbearer? Who else is there? It was a lot of work. I did everything, and I mean everything. It was really hard. I got tired of dealing with relatives and stuff. You weren't there for Dad's funeral, so it was just me and Mom. It couldn't be helped. I was in the hospital. What are you trying to say? That we're even. Why are you so unconcerned? Your mother is gone. Aren't you sad? Not at all. How is that possible? Mom died. How can you be so cold-hearted? Don't you at least want to rush over to her right now to offer some flowers or something? Since when did you become so cold-hearted? Since when did you become such a big liar? I don't even know who to give the flowers to. What? What are you talking about? I just saw Mom. What? I thought someone looked like her, so I called out to her, and it turned out to be Mom. I was surprised to see her in New York, but she seemed to be in a hurry, so we didn't have time to talk. What? There's no way. She was even cremated. Who did you burn? Did you have a dream? Are you okay? I can't believe you can't even recognize your own mother. It's impossible for a dead person to be in New York. Or did you see a ghost? I don't get it. There's no way I would tell such a bald-faced lie. That's why I'm surprised. If it's a prank, why don't you come clean now? Then why don't you come see the remains? That would make you believe it. You're not going to know who it is when you're looking at the ashes. I know, but... Then what was the cause? It was an accident. If she was sick, I would have told you earlier. But it was so sudden. And that was the day before yesterday. That's impossible. Laura, maybe you're tired. Or maybe you're mentally ill. No, I have fun every day. And I have a lot of free time. I'm worried about you because you say a lot of strange things. Why don't you go to a doctor? Maybe the shock of hearing about your mother's death has made you crazy? I'm perfectly sane. You're the one who's crazy enough to go to a funeral for someone who you aren't related to. You should go to a hospital. I'm not trying to fight with you. At least come home to offer your condolences. I don't want to. It's a waste of money. You can't even pay for the trip to Boston? Mom won't rest in peace with a daughter like you. She's not dead. She still has her feet on the ground. She's really gone. Oh, so there's no inheritance or anything? Of course not. It's like she was barely getting by. Oh well. You were counting on something like that? It'd be nice if there was, right? Forget it. I'll take care of the rest. Bye. Call me when you find the inheritance. I don't know what you call this kind of thing. The thing where you get a memento? You mean heirlooms? I guess the name doesn't really have a twist to it. I'll take the clothes and watch for now. I'm her daughter, so it's okay if I take them, right? What? You're back? I'm free to come to my parents' house whenever I want. Are you out somewhere? I have to go to the city office and the bank and take care of all kinds of stuff. I have to do it all by myself because you wouldn't come home. You disrespectful bitch. I see. Where did you hide the mad money? I can't find it all. Why do you need that? Because it's half and half too, right? We're the only 2 kids. It disappeared with the funeral expenses. How much do you think it cost? I thought you would at least give me some money for the trip. You have at least that much, don't you? Oh, you have the death certificate and everything. I thought you were lying. Of course not. I asked around the neighborhood. They all said they were at the funeral. So you weren't lying. You really had your doubts? Yeah, I did. I guess I was wrong about the person I saw. She's really gone. Yes, she is. I've been telling you that from the beginning. I know some of my friends went. I should thank them. Do that. So, how much insurance is there? Are you in that kind of trouble? Why do you think so? Because you keep talking about money. I'm just checking. You want to take what you can get, don't you? They say that money is the biggest problem in situations like this. I wanted to get it out of the way. Unfortunately, she didn't have any. No way! I bet you couldn't afford to pay the premiums. It's a lonely old age, isn't it? Maybe one of us should have gotten married and given her some grandkids or something. Being single at 35 is definitely a sin. What are you talking about? You're only 2 years older than me. Being single at 33 is a sin enough. I love my job. And by job, you mean being an unsuccessful theater actress? I hear you're basically working part-time. Well, yeah, so it wouldn't hurt to have some money. Well, that's too bad. It was all I could do to pay for the funeral. Still, I didn't know she had such a nice watch. I heard she bought it with Dad's insurance money. She said she wanted to be able to have him with her all the time. She was more of a romantic than I thought. I didn't know that. She must have taken very good care of it. It's still beautiful.
You want it? Take it.
You sure?
Go ahead. I'll give you half of the money after I get rid of the house. But it will take some time. I don't even know if it will sell.
Okay, got it.
Do you believe me now?
Sort of. I mean, with this much evidence to back it up?
I'll be home in about 2 hours. Do you want to stay?
No, I'm busy, so I'm gonna go.
Okay, don't be a stranger.
Okay. By the way, when are you moving to Brooklyn?
Huh?
You bought a nice apartment. I'm so jealous that you and Mom live together. I want to be part of it.
What are you talking about? Mom's gone. You realized that, didn't you? I thought you finally grasped the truth. Have you lost your mind again?
One of my classmates is a total weirdo.
What are you talking about?
There's this woman who goes to people's funerals and doesn't even bring flowers, but just chows down and leaves.
That's terrible. What about it?
I heard from a friend from school that she was there at the funeral, so I thought I'd thank her when I went home the other day. So I went to see her.
Wow, what a sense of duty.
And she didn't disappoint me. She's a weirdo.
What?
She took a picture of inside the coffin.
Huh? Oh my god, when did she do that?
She said they were told that Mom was badly injured in the accident and not to open the casket. It seemed like they were trying to scare everyone, but that didn't seem to work on the weirdo. Instead, it made her want to open it to see something scary. A delinquent's behavior is hard for ordinary people to understand. And then she showed me the picture.
Are you trying to say that the face is different?
It's a different person. It wasn't Mom.
Sometimes their face swells up and they look like a different person. She was badly injured in the accident, so it's only natural that her face looked different from when she was alive.
But that one is too different. She didn't lose that much weight.
You haven't seen her for a while, so you don't know her.
The lady next to me, she said she was as plump as ever right before.
Different people see things differently.
What are you hiding?
You're the one who's suspicious.
Whose funeral was it?
Will you stop it? I'm still recovering from the loss of my mother. I can't believe how much she changed from the incident either. It's hard to believe that was Mom, but there's no mistake. Don't be weird.
I knew you wouldn't admit it, so I checked it all out.
What can an unemployed person do?
Even if I'm unemployed, I have a lot of friends, theater people.
What's a few people with a lot of free time going to do?
You don't know how strong a bunch of bored people can be, do you? After I found Mom in Queens, I had one of my junior troop mates follow her.
What? What's that? I didn't know that.
I didn't tell you. She got in a taxi bound for Brooklyn, so I hurriedly got my friend in the taxi. Anyway, I gave him all the money I had.
Yeah, so? What's the point of following someone who wasn't Mom? What a waste of money.
Really? I confirmed she went into a small apartment in Brooklyn, a person from Boston. If she was going to Brooklyn, it would be a trip, right? Then she would usually stay in a hotel, right?
I don't know, maybe that person went to a friend's house.
Well, we know where she is.
You're wasting your time.
So, here's the great part.
Enough. I don't have time for your delusions. I guess you do when you have nothing to do but fantasize. I'm sorry, I'm busy.
I'm almost done. Just hear me out. That weirdo friend she says that the woman in the coffin looks just like the homeless woman who used to live in front of a supermarket.
You know, who'd remember a homeless woman's face? She's just talking shit.
Don't take a weirdo for granted. She even begs the homeless for food. She's hated even in that neighborhood.
What?
The one who gave her the most was a homeless person named Daisy. She insists that's the person in the coffin. She said she remembered her face because she was so beautiful for a homeless person. So she took a picture of the person in the coffin and kept a record of it. So she kept proof that the person in the coffin was Daisy.
What kind of evidence is that?
Who would believe such a delinquent statement? That's right, she's been involved with the police many times. She said if she went, they wouldn't believe her. That's for sure. So I decided to go. What? The person in that coffin wasn't my mother. I saw her and I confirmed that she lives in Brooklyn. That's all you need to know. You're an idiot. That's not enough to get them to move. You're not as bad as a delinquent, but you're a bored theatre group member with no social credibility either. There's no way the police will investigate such a delusional story. I wonder, we also got fingerprints from the person who lives in Brooklyn. Huh? Well, I just picked up a discarded plastic bottle. That's illegal. I just picked up trash. You want money? How much to keep your mouth shut? That's a fat insurance payout, huh? I mean, are you going to admit it? Just tell me how much, then go the hell away. I don't want your money. You wanted it so bad before. If I didn't act like that, there would have been no reason for me to come over to the house. Did you do it on purpose? Yes, I did. I'm still an actress. I'm not famous, though. I looked like a spoiled sister looking for inheritance or insurance money, didn't I? If you don't want the money, what do you want? The truth. I want the truth. If I tell you, will you keep your mouth shut? Okay. Really? If any of my relatives become a criminal, it would screw up my future. That's true. So, how did it happen? It was the middle of the night. We were at the scene of an accident involving a homeless woman. It was a hit-and-run accident, and there was no one around. I panicked and tried to call an ambulance. Mom stopped me. Why? This is me, she said. She wanted me to pretend she was dead. So I did as Mom said. I had a funeral and pretended she was dead. So why? Pretending to be dead with someone else's body? That's like some kind of a plot from a novel. What did she want to do? Mom was in a lot of debt. I was helping her pay her bills, but she was borrowing from suspicious sources too. She kept paying it back, but it just wouldn't go away. Why would she have debt? Well, it was the usual drinking and gambling. She was out drinking every night and playing pachinko until they closed. Why didn't you stop her? Couldn't you have done something about it before it got so bad? I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She's so stubborn in her old age. I see, but that doesn't mean this is a good idea. I know, but she's even been going and borrowing money in my name. They even came to my office to collect. There was no way I could rely on you, a poor theatre group actress. I had no choice. But you know what? Oh, it's okay for you, right? Just ignore your parents. Chasing your dreams, doing what you love, and I'm the only one who's getting the short end of the stick. Couldn't you have done something about it? Or didn't you stop her? You're in no position to talk. You left Mom and me and went off to do what you wanted. And that's what got me in this mess. I really feel bad, you know? That's the truth. Are you satisfied now? If you want to go to the police, go ahead. Yeah, I'll go. Huh? Wouldn't you usually say you're not going? No, I usually wouldn't, because everything you just said is a lie. Where do you get that? Mom told me everything. I don't know what she said, but she's lying. She's trying to make me look bad to protect herself. She's the kind of woman who gets into a lot of debt and tries to avoid it by pretending to be sick. She doesn't mind at all making her daughter look bad. You're the one who tried to get the insurance money by pretending that your mother died. It was also you who sent her away to a small apartment in Brooklyn. Don't be fooled by the delusions of an old woman. Mom was crying. She said she didn't want to do it. She said it was horrible to the person who died and that she couldn't face me. Just leave me alone. Bye. That's not how it works. She's going to have to live in hiding from now on. She doesn't have long to live, so who cares? That's terrible. I never realized how controlling you were. I had no idea. It's definitely my fault for chasing my dreams and not taking care of my family. So I'll take responsibility and expose your sins. My sins? Everything you're saying is just a fantasy. What proof do you have? You're right. Mom's so mechanically challenged, she can't even use a smartphone. But the memento Dad left her. Did you know that she could use the voice recorder? Huh? Do you know why I'm holding out on you when I have conclusive evidence? Because you're her daughter, for Christ's sake. Where's the voice recorder? I took it. I didn't want Mom to be a target. Give it to me. I'm not giving it to you. I shut it when I heard it. Bitch, if you want to live, you're going to have to do what I say. You're a person who doesn't exist in this world. Take this money and go? How is she supposed to live with only 50,000? If she doesn't have a social security number or identification, she can't even work. What a pain in the ass. Huh? Of course I wished she would just go away and die somewhere. She doesn't have long to live anyway, and it's hard for her feeling guilty even if she lives. So just give her 50,000 to play around with and have fun till she dies. What are you? I don't even want to think of you as my sister. You don't have to. I don't even consider you my sister either. You did all this for a mere 360,000 in insurance money. Mere? This money will put an end to a life of being chased by loan sharks. Of course I was desperate. But that doesn't mean you can't tell the difference between what's right and wrong. If I could, I wouldn't be doing it. If you hadn't run into that old hag, it would have all worked out. Oh, this really sucks. I did everything I could to keep you from finding out, and you just happened to get in the way. I know you lied about calling me before the funeral. You didn't want me to see what was in the casket. That's right. I went to a lot of trouble to get my relatives not to call you, okay? And now it's all for nothing. Their insurance money will be returned. I don't have it anymore. I paid back the loans. Not having the money won't solve the problem. It'll go to court and the police will get you. Please, will you help me? I don't think so. It's easier to hide in jail than play tag with the loan sharks. You little shit. You were always a drag. I never respected you either. You're always so cynical with your empty eyes. I stayed away from our house because of you, but now I regret it. I hate myself for not noticing what was happening to Mom. If I'd noticed sooner, none of this would have happened. Well, where shall I run away to? You don't have any more money, do you? Yes, I do. I sold our parents' house. What? Of course, they're gone, so see you later. Wait! Did she think she could escape from the police? If so, she's pretty stupid, and getting caught in one day is even more stupid. I didn't observe the trial, so I don't know much about it. It looks like she's going to be in prison for some type of crime. I think she's guilty of insurance fraud and falsifying the insurance documents. I got my parents' house back safely. However, there is no way I can go back to my parents' house because of the neighbors' prying eyes. I sold my parents' house and moved in with my mother in New York. My weirdo classmate and I held a small funeral for the homeless woman. My mother couldn't disobey my sister. I asked her why. She said she had been threatened with harm by Laura. I was being protected without knowing it. I feel my mother's strong love for me now. This time I will protect my mother.
Hi, Dana. I sent you guys a gift basket the other day, but it came back to me. Have you guys moved by any chance?
Yes, we moved. That was a year ago.
What? Did you move that long ago? Why didn't you tell me? That gift basket had some great wine.
Did I ask you to send me a gift basket?
What?
I didn't ask you to send me any, and then you complained about us moving. I'm pretty uncomfortable about it.
It's true you didn't ask, but it'd be best if you told me you had moved.
Is there a law that says I have to report everything to my mother-in-law? Am I being punished for something?
What?
There is no such law, right? So why should I be blamed for it? It is our freedom when and where we move.
Of course it's your freedom, and I'm not blaming you for moving. but you could at least tell me where you moved to. We are family, and we should at least know where you live.
What are you gonna do with our address? I'm not letting you visit us.
Oh? Am I not allowed to visit you? Were you planning to come over? Do you think that's normal?
You're amazing! This is why I don't understand people in the rural area.
Did I say something wrong? What's wrong with parents visiting their son and daughter-in-law? And it's not every month. I want to visit once or twice a year for a cup of tea.
I absolutely refuse. We'll never let you come into our charming new house. Just thinking about it makes me feel dirty and horrified.
What do you mean?
Are we all done talking? I just had a baby. I'm too tired to text.
Wait a minute. Did you say you just had a baby? A baby? Do you guys have a baby now?
Yes, about a month ago.
What? I didn't know you were pregnant or anything. And you had a baby a month ago? Why didn't you tell me something so important?
Are there laws that I have to tell you? I told people I wanted to tell.
What do you mean by that? I am your mother-in-law. We are also the grandparents of your child. And you don't want us to know about your baby?
Grandparents? You're insane to treat me like this. This is why I don't like people from the countryside.
What?
I told you when James and I got married, didn't I? I married James and became his wife. I have no intention of becoming a family with you guys. I clearly told you I want to keep a reasonable distance.
Yes, of course. I remember that. So I'm keeping a distance as you wish. But you have to inform us of significant events like a move or the birth of a child. At the very least, you need to share information.
There is nothing to share with you. Can you please understand the difference in level between you and me? I was born and raised in New York City. I'm not like you country people.
What?
I will raise my child as I want. I want my child to become a city girl like me. So I won't let her see a farmer like you in the countryside.
What? So I won't be able to see my adorable grandchild?
If you really want to see your grandchild, I will send you a picture. But in return, please send us some gifts and money. What about $10,000? You can go to my registry and pick up some gifts too.
$10,000?
She's a long-awaited adorable grandchild, right? She's your eldest son's baby. $10,000 should be good enough. If you don't, I won't let you see her at all, and I won't even send you a picture.
Okay then. I won't contact you anymore.
I would be very grateful if you would not. Goodbye.
Why didn't you tell me about the move and the baby girl? You guys are so rude. You don't let your parents know anything. What? How do you know about that? Dana told me just now. I understand if we made you guys feel uncomfortable. But she told me she hates people like me, people from the countryside. What a rude person. Calm down, Mom. I explained it to you at the wedding. She grew up in New York City. She's sensitive. And it's normal nowadays to want to keep some distance from your in-laws. She told me she would keep your new address private. She didn't tell me about your baby. And she wouldn't let me see my grandchild. What's normal about that? But why do we have to be the bad guys just because we won't tell you? It's our right not to tell you everything. You say the same thing as Dana. Why are you guys treating us like this? Do you think it's okay? Yes, it's fine. You are indeed country people. And what's wrong with trying to keep a reasonable distance? What? I won't tell you where we live now. But we got a condo in Manhattan. I'm a finance guy on Wall Street. I make a lot of money. Thanks to Dana's parents, who own thousands of millions of dollars. We are living in a different world. What do you mean by that? You are different from us who live in the countryside? Yes, that's right. Our world is different from yours. And of course our kid too. So please understand why I didn't tell you where we live or about my baby. We don't want country people in our lives. What horrible things to say! How dare you say that to your mother? Still, I'm grateful to you guys. Even though I grew up in the countryside, you put much effort into my education. While everyone else around me graduated from high school and went to work for local companies, I went to a university and studied abroad. That's why I'm here now, working for a big financial company in New York City, and I met Dana. You are so grateful, but won't let me see my grandchild? Dana told me I must send $10,000 and some gifts to see your baby. She says she would send me a picture. Dana said that? So I said no. I don't want any pictures. I don't need to see my grandchild. So, we are both in agreement, right? You will not see our kid and don't interfere in our lives. We are sending our girl to a famous kindergarten in Midtown. I was worried you might have bad influence on my baby girl. Huh? We want her to go to Highland Kindergarten. We need to do our job as parents for her future, right? So, you can watch over her success from far away.
It's already been a week since then. Are you sure about this? If you send us some money, you can see the pictures of my baby.
Thanks for the reminder, but don't worry about the pictures.
You're so stubborn, aren't you? People from the countryside are so stubborn. You must be dying to see your adorable grandchild.
But the strangest thing is that I don't want to see them at all. I wondered if it's because she's you and James' baby.
You're being so stubborn again, aren't you? If you don't have money, say so.
What?
I know you don't even have $10,000. I don't think you have any extra savings. You want to see my baby, but you guys don't have any money, right?
Please stop. That's not the reason why we're turning you down.
Can you keep up your silly stubbornness like that? If you sincerely apologize, I may forgive you.
What?
Please get down on your knees and ask to see your grandchild. Then I'll send you at least one photo for free.
I can't believe you said that. You have no right to demand such a thing.
Oh, really? You're a country girl with a lot of pride, right? You don't want to apologize to a city girl, huh?
It's not about pride. It's about common sense. It doesn't matter if you live in a suburb or the city. You look down on people and make fun of them with such nonsense. That's enough. You should apologize.
Huh? Why do I need to apologize to you?
I'm sure you will apologize soon anyway. And you and James will beg me, please, will you meet our child?
You must be dreaming. We can't do that to my baby who inherited our superior DNA. We would never do such a thing. Our child will go to a sophisticated and famous kindergarten.
I will never let your child go to my kindergarten.
What?
A child with superior DNA? If the parents have a problem, I will never let them in. You've already been rejected. I won't even let you come to our interview.
What is it all of a sudden? What on earth are you talking about? We are sending my baby to Highland Kindergarten, not some run-down, muddy rural kindergarten.
I've been talking about Highland Kindergarten. I'm the chairperson of the board there.
What? Are you the chairperson of the board?
Yes, I am. But I'm almost ready to retire. I'm leaving the actual management to my cousin. I'm staying out of business as much as possible now.
Wait a minute. What? What is this? Is this some joke? You live in the countryside but are the chairperson of that famous kindergarten? April Fool's Day is still a long way off.
I'm not one to tell boring jokes. As I said, I'm ready to retire. I'm living in the countryside and working remotely.
No. This is impossible. I mean, you should have told me something as important as this.
Oh? Is there a law that says I have to tell my title? Oh well, I wouldn't be so mean and secretive. I told you when I first met you, you didn't seem interested at all.
What? Did you tell me at that time?
Yes, I told you that I run a kindergarten, but you interrupted me and started talking. You told me that you wanted to maintain some personal space.
Maybe I said something like that. But I didn't know. I didn't know you were running a famous kindergarten in New York City.
Oh, I have 2 kindergartens. I run a small kindergarten over here, too.
You do?
You make fun of people who live in rural areas, but it has some advantages. My husband and I moved here from New York City to raise James. We started living here when he was 2 years old. We didn't give him any special luxuries.
Oh, no.
James grew up in nature. He took an interest in everything and developed a positive attitude. I thought I'd succeeded in raising him, but I had no idea he'd be like this as an adult. I think I'm going to retire from running all those kindergartens now.
I don't know what to do. I looked up Highland Kindergarten on the internet and found your name as a member of the board of the directors.
My parents were very wealthy. I live in the countryside now, but I have a lot of connections. I've been keeping quiet about this until now, but some of my relatives are also connected to your parents' company.
Really?
That's why I'm so sad this happened to us. But we have different values, and I don't blame you. I won't see my grandchildren or any of you for the rest of my life.
Please, wait! Will you still meet my daughter? I'll invite you to our new condo. I'll do whatever you want, so please forgive me for being rude.
You should never say you would do whatever they want. Besides, you can't do much for me. So, you don't have to do anything. Please keep your distance from us as you have always done. Hey Mom, is it true? Are you a board member of Highland Kindergarten? I've told you this many times before. I have a small kindergarten here and another one in New York City. You also know that I travel to New York City regularly for work. I know that, but I didn't think you were serious. I thought you were just visiting New York City for fun. You know, musicals, museums. You're such a child. But now I finally understand. That's why you put so much effort into educating me. Let children have a lot of experiences. That's my motto. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Diana and I completely misunderstood you. You know what? It'll be best if you came to visit us sometime. I want to apologize, and I'd like you to meet my daughter. No, thank you. I don't want to see your faces. Don't be so cold. She's your eldest son's kid. You don't even want to see my daughter? Yeah, that's right. I'm cutting ties with you. What? I've explained this to Dana's parents. I told them that I was disowning you. I asked them to care for my beautiful granddaughter and my stupid son. No way! Did you tell Dana's parents about all this? Yes, I told them everything. You guys would keep your new address private. Dana asked for $10,000 as a gift. And you guys wanted to take it back as soon as you found out I was the chairperson of a famous kindergarten. What did Dana's parents say? They said they'd consider staying out of you and Dana's life. I heard they're helping you with the monthly mortgage and living expenses. They've been doing this for their daughter and granddaughter, but they said it was a wake-up call. Oh no! Do you think they're going to cut off their support? We'll be in big trouble. I make decent money, but the mortgage for my condo in Midtown is just outrageous. We can't afford to live here without their support. I can't help you guys because we are cutting off our ties. No way! Well then, good luck to you two talented people. I will take it easy in the countryside. Dana's parents wanted us all to talk face to face. So the couple and the parents had a meeting to discuss the situation. I explained everything that had been said and done. As a result, Dana's parents were furious. Also, it was so obvious that Dana was expecting her parents' money. Finally, they declared that they would never support Dana and James. I reminded them that I had cut ties with them. Dana and James both cried and apologized to us. After that, James and Dana sold their condo and moved into an apartment. This time, they sent us postcards with their new address. Before I could see it, my husband had put it in our fireplace.
Hey sis, how are you? It's your sister. Long time no talk. It's been 5 years?
What? Kim? What do you want?
Why are you so cold? Well, actually, I'm getting married soon.
Oh, really? Congrats to you. Bye.
Hey, you are too cold. Your cute little sister is getting married. You should sound more happy.
No, I don't have a cute little sister. I mean, I cut you off 5 years ago, right? I don't give a shit about a stranger's wedding.
What? Oh my gosh! I know that you're jealous of your beautiful sister because you are ugly. But you shouldn't be running away from reality.
What do you mean by beautiful? I'm talking about your personality.
What? I feel like you just said something that doesn't make any sense. You have an ugly face and personality. Aren't you ashamed of saying that? I'll just let it pass because you're just an ugly backstabbing bitch and I feel sorry for you. I can't even have a normal conversation with you.
So? You still have something to say?
Yes, I do. Here's the main topic. Who do you think I'm going to marry?
I'm not interested.
Hey, I'm not looking for an answer like that.
Because I'm not interested. Can we end this now?
No. You will regret it if you don't guess. It's definitely a big deal to you.
Big deal? When I was at my parents' house, every day was a disaster because of my parents who only care about you. But since I got rid of you guys, every day has been great. Now, it's a bigger deal that you're contacting me and messing with me. It's causing me a lot of stress. Can I go now?
I told you, you have to listen to me. Jesus, why can't you just listen to me?
I'm just messing with you the way you are doing it to me.
I really don't like that about you. Well, I'll just say it. I'm marrying your fiancé.
What? My fiancé? What are you talking about?
You're surprised, aren't you? Too bad I can't see your despairing ugly face in person. So, Your fiancé would choose to marry a beautiful sister than an ugly woman like you. Isn't that frustrating? You are the biggest loser now. You have an ugly face and personality that can be helped. And on the top of that, she's a loser. Aw, I feel so sorry for you.
My fiancé? Who?
Who?
I don't have a fiancé. You must have misunderstood something.
Huh? That's the word that came out of your frustration? Wow, so pathetic.
I don't care if it's pathetic or not. I'm only telling you the truth.
You work hard in your own ugly way, and you finally managed to get a good-looking, high-standard fiancé. And then, I, a beautiful woman, took him away from you. And you must be really frustrated. Aw, you're so miserable. I can't even look at you.
If you can't stand to watch, then I guess this conversation is over.
Hey!
Bye.
Hey, sis! Why did you reply to my wedding invitation with a no-show? I didn't know your current address, so I went to the trouble of sending you an email. I went to the trouble of inviting you. I can't believe you wasting my goodwill.
I'm not going to the wedding of a sister I've cut off. I don't even want to meet my parents. Even without that, when I look at the day, I couldn't make it. So I'm going to miss it anyway.
What? Do you mean you have other plans?
That's what I mean.
What's that? You must have a boring plan. You should prioritize my wedding. I mean, there's nothing more important than my wedding.
Yes, there is. For me, everything is more important than your wedding.
Oh, okay. You got scared when you saw the groom's name on the invitation email, didn't you?
Oh, you mean Kurt? Well, it was a name I knew.
Right? You're still in shock, aren't you?
No, there's no reason for me to be shocked. Kim, I think you're probably mistaken.
Okay. You're trying to console yourself by pretending I'm mistaken, aren't you? You're so good at escaping reality.
That's not what I meant. Based on what you said the other day, you think that Kurt used to be my fiancé, right?
That's right. I told you, I stole him away.
What? What do you mean by stealing him?
Well, if Kurt was just a good-looking guy with a low salary, I had no intention of marrying him, even if I took him away from you. But he's a very successful investor and makes a lot of money. I guess this is what you call don't judge the book by its cover. I can't believe that such a good-looking and rich man really exists. He's too good for you, isn't he?
What? Kurt?
Wait, you didn't know that?
Yeah, I've never heard anything about that.
I see. I guess he didn't trust you enough to tell you because you are too ugly and clingy.
I've never heard that people base their trust on appearance, and ugly people are clingy?
That's what my mom said. That's why you are clingy. I mean, it's not just for your face, but your personality too. You and Kurt live in a different world, you know? What kind of magic did you use to get him?
I told you, he wasn't my fiancé before.
Huh? What are you talking about now? Sis, stop lying already. Every time you tell one more lie, you only make yourself more miserable. You're already ugly and miserable looking. And now, you're making yourself even more miserable by lying. I'm ashamed to be your sister, so stop it.
I will say it again. I'm only telling the truth. If you don't believe me, that's your choice. Anyway, I'm not going to the wedding.
Oh no! I wanted to see my sister's ugly face when she cries and regrets. I'm sure our parents would have loved to see miserable older sister who lost her fiancé to her younger sister.
It's really a good thing I cut everyone off. I wouldn't have any reason to cry or feel sorry for myself if I had gone. Anyway, it's a big day for me too. I will put myself first.
Sis! I know you're frustrated because you lost your fiancé. That's why you don't want to come to my wedding. Aw, you poor thing.
Go ahead and say whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you think of me. It doesn't hurt me. It just makes me uncomfortable. So, don't contact me anymore.
What? For real? You are so boring. Sis, today's my wedding. How does it feel to be the ugly sister who was used as a stepping stone by her beautiful sister?
I told you not to contact me. Well, I didn't think you'd listen to me. You've been saying whatever you wanted to say at the beginning. No one's stepping on me, okay?
What? Are you still talking like that?
I'm busy getting ready too. I will listen to you bragging about your wedding later. So, can you give me a break now?
No way. I'm going to broadcast it live, so you have to enjoy it. I'm going to show my miserable sister how happy I am at my wedding and make her regret it.
I can't even check your messages from time to time. I don't even regret anything about it. I think it will be a more meaningful time for you to concentrate on the wedding and soak in your own happiness.
Of course, I'm going to enjoy the wedding and be happy. After all, the guy I'm marrying is a crazy earning Kurt. Just thinking about the luxury life I'm going to have from now on makes me so happy. The hidden taste of such happiness is my sister's miserable future.
I really can't have a decent conversation with you. My boyfriend calling me. I'm going now.
What? Boyfriend? What are you talking about?
Oh, I made a mistake.
I know you can have a boyfriend. Can you? You're too miserable to create a fantasy boyfriend because you're too miserable.
We already registered, so he's not my boyfriend. He's my husband. I'm leaving the hotel now and heading to the wedding venue.
What? Wedding venue?
I'm getting married in Paris today. I'm busy, so I don't have time to talk to you about your wedding.
What? What? Paris?
Well, goodbye.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Sis! Hey, what's going on? Give me back my Kurt.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kurt said he couldn't marry me and left the ceremony. He wanted to be with you, didn't he? It's strange that this happened right before the ceremony. You set this up, didn't you? It's terrible that you tricked me.
Are you saying that Kurt is coming to Paris with me?
Isn't that right? You said earlier that you are also getting married. If that's the case, it means that Kurt is the groom.
No, calm down and think about it. Kurt was at the wedding just now, in front of you, right? Do you know how far is Paris? And there's no way he can come so soon.
Then that means he is on the way to Paris now. You tricked me into getting married to Kurt. I won't forgive you. Give me back Kurt.
You know what? I'm getting married to a guy named Elliot.
What? Elliot?
He's a French guy I met on my overseas assignment, and he's never been to the USA, so I'm pretty sure you never met him.
French? Overseas assignment?
I work for a foreign company, and I've been on an overseas assignment for a year and a half. Elliot is someone I started dating about 2 months after I went there.
Oh, so Kurt is?
That guy is my ex-boyfriend I broke up with 2 years ago.
Huh? Ex-boyfriend?
But we broke up after 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Why so short? He was your fiancé, right?
As soon as he found out I was making a reasonable money, he quit his job and moved into my apartment. I didn't want to be his sugar mommy, so I quickly moved out and broke up with him. I'm really wondering why you assumed that someone like that was my fiancé. Why?
Well, because Kurt mentioned your name and asked if you were my sister, and we exchanged contacts. He was good looking, so I tried to steal him away from you. And I heard that he was a successful investor and had a lot of money. I lied about being pregnant, and he proposed to me. But today, one of the guests told him that I lied about my pregnancy.
So he said he couldn't get married, and he left the wedding venue.
Yes. My mom and dad scolded me a lot for lying.
Oh, even our parents, who loves you so much, got angry at you for this? If they scolded you a little earlier, you wouldn't have grown out to be such a spoiled brat.
Sis, don't you feel sorry for me?
Huh?
They told me to take care of everything by myself and that they'll never help me. Poor me, being abandoned by mom and dad all of a sudden, right?
That's what you deserve, isn't it? But then again, maybe it's a good thing you've never got married.
Huh?
He probably doesn't have any money.
What?
I just told you that. He's the kind of guy who took advantage of me when we started dating and tried to turn me into a sugar mommy. It's hard to believe that that lazy, self-indulgent guy is going to be able to make a steady income in just 2 years.
But I heard that he was very successful in his investments.
Who told you that?
Your old classmates was at a cafe and I overheard them talking about it. Your fiancé is a very successful investor and rich. Hold on. So the fiancé that they were talking about is...
Oh, I think that might be my husband, Elliot. When I went back to the USA 6 months ago, we had a reunion. I told my friends about Elliot, who was still my fiancé at the time. I guess that's how you heard about it. You didn't check the fact and assume it was about Kurt.
No way.
That's why Kurt has no money.
No way. I will be in big trouble.
What? Why?
We haven't paid for the wedding yet. I was expecting that Kurt would pay for it. But I haven't prepared any money. We were allowed to pay later, so...
Oh, I'm sure there are wedding venues like that.
Hey, what should I do? I can't contact Kurt at all. I can't do the wedding. They said I have to pay the $100,000 cancellation fee because I lied about the pregnancy.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen.
I don't have that kind of money.
$100,000.
Hey, sis, what should I do? You will help your poor sister, right?
You are on your own.
Why?
Because I have nothing to do with it.
Your cute little sister is in big trouble.
I told you, I don't have a cute little sister. I mean, I moved out of my parents' house a long time ago, and I'm not related to you guys.
Even though we're cut off, we're still blood related. You wouldn't abandon your own sister, would you?
No. The real problem is that I'm leaving abroad. What do you want me to do?
Please come back. Pay for the wedding.
No way.
What?
That's your punishment for trying to marry someone by lying about your pregnancy. You are on your own. Bye. Wait, sis! I don't want to borrow money. I don't want to work. My dream luxury life. According to my cousin who was at the wedding, Kurt really didn't want to marry my sister. Even though he said he didn't have the money for the wedding, my sister forced him to do it and he was prepared to go into debt. As soon as he found out that the pregnancy was a lie, he immediately said he didn't want to marry Kim, and he left the ceremony with no conscience. Also, it was a classmate of my sister's who was at the wedding who told the truth about Kim's pregnancy. She was also a friend of mine, and we had kept in touch before the wedding. When we talked, she noticed something strange, and when she looked into it, she found out that she was lying about her pregnancy. She is also tired of Kim's personality and she secretly reveals Kim's lie to Kurt. I guess I indirectly ruined my sister's wedding. Well, it was clear that my sister was to blame. Not to mention the cancellation fee for the ceremony, she was also asked for alimony. My parents, who love my sister so much, disowned her in the end. Now, she spends her days in a shabby apartment working 2 jobs at once, and complained to her few friends about her dream of becoming a rich man's wife. Later on, all of my sister's friends just left her. Poor thing, isn't it?
Don't come back until you're sorry. Go outside and cool off. Got it?
Huh? I don't get it. You're the one who should be sorry.
What's with that tone? What are you going to do? Take the kids and leave? That's a stupid thing to do. Who do you think you owe your livelihood to?
You said that last week too, but I do all the cooking, laundry, cleaning, and all the other chores that keep the house running. The kids won't grow up if you just drink.
Huh? I'm the one who works and feeds you guys. You can't even buy food for the kids without me. You're just something I let stay here.
I was working part-time too. Besides, you can't just live on money. You know that, don't you? Or are you drunk already?
I haven't had a drink yet.
I left because you said you would be fine without me. You can live on your own, can't you?
Of course I can. Anyone can do what you do. Why couldn't I?
Then it's okay, right? Even if I'm not there? I'll take care of the money myself. I'll make a living over here.
Oh, so that's what you're talking about, is it? I'm talking about your irresponsibility. You're even taking the kids with you. You lack judgment in being a good parent.
There's no way I'd leave my 2 elementary school kids with an alcoholic who just drinks every day and doesn't take care of them. We are very comfortable here because we don't have people who get drunk and go on rampages. The kids are smiling more than before, and they're having a good time.
And now I'm back to my comfortable life without the money grubbers.
I see. That's good. Why did you bother to call me? Because if you don't start treatment for alcoholism, we're not coming back.
It's almost the end of winter break at the elementary school. Don't be irresponsible, just send Robin back.
Huh? I just told you that you can't take care of 2 elementary school kids.
So, just send Robin.
What? What about Kendall?
Kendall is fine. I don't need him, you take him. Robin is in the 4th grade. She can take care of herself, right? Teach her a few things about housework so she can take care of me, then bring her back here. I want her back by the end of the week. I have a lot of cleaning and laundry to do. Robin's a woman too. She should at least do the housework.
Are you kidding me? You just said you can take care of yourself. Now you want me to send Robin to you as a housekeeper.
You take care of Kendall and I'll take care of Robin. Then we can be like relatives. How about that? That way you don't have to come back.
That's a big no. We said we'd each live on our own. I'm not going back to you, and neither are the kids.
If you want a divorce, I'll agree to it. But you have to give me Robin. That's the condition of the divorce, okay? You've got 2 days to teach her. And work on her cooking. Otherwise, I won't take care of her. If you want me to feed you, you have to do the housework. I don't care if you're a kid or not.
You've got to be kidding me. You can take care of yourself. I mean, didn't you say you can do it all yourself? You want Robin to do the cleaning and laundry. She's not your housekeeper. You're an adult. Besides, you're not planning to take care of Robin. You're asking Robin to take care of you. I'm not going to take care of you, and neither are the kids. All this time, I was thinking I'd come home if you'd consider getting treatment for alcoholism. But now my eyes are wide open.
You're a very bossy woman, aren't you?
Please divorce me. I don't want to know you. And go through a lawyer.
What? There's no way you can do that all of a sudden. Who do you think you owe your life to?
You were able to make a living thanks to me. You can't do housework or anything. You can't even keep the house without me. I worked part-time and helped with the finances, but you didn't help me with the housework or taking care of the children. All you did was drink and act out.
I can do the housework on my own. I just let you do it so you wouldn't get spoiled.
So now you think you can do it by yourself?
Of course I can. Until Robin comes, of course I can do it.
I went back to your place today.
What? What did you feel like you were sorry? If you're sorry, come home right away. Even if it's just Robin, bring her home.
I can't do that after what I saw. The door was left unlocked. The house was in ruins. What part of that could possibly be you doing it by yourself?
It's just a coincidence. I had a drink yesterday and went straight to work this morning, so I didn't have time to clean up.
There's a strange smell. The TV and air conditioner were left on, and there were plastic bottles and jars all over the place. I'd like to know how you can make such a mess.
Shut up. It's none of your business.
Yes, you're right. It's none of my business anymore. We're divorced.
What?
I took pictures. I went to your parents for advice. The whole family likes to drink. They didn't understand, but when I showed them the pictures, they finally understood. That you're an alcoholic. I've contacted them several times since we separated, but they didn't believe me, all because you've been spouting out all kinds of nonsense.
I'm not an alcoholic.
But eventually they apologized.
What do you mean?
The pictures on the wall you broke during your drunken rampage, and the empty booze cans and bottles scattered around the living room. And today I found where you had an accident, so I took a picture of it and showed it to your parents.
I was going to clean that stuff up. Don't meddle in my business.
You've got to be kidding me if you think I'm going to let Robin take care of a dad like that from now on. So anyway, they apologized. They said they would find a way to cure your alcoholism.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I never agreed to a divorce.
You said you were going to do it. Well, I don't care what you say. It's already done.
It's a document forgery.
No, it's not. You had me write divorce papers the last time you drank and threw a tantrum. I served them to you.
That's not fair. But the divorce is conditional on you giving me Robin. Give her to me.
Shut up. Robin doesn't want to stay with you. I'll transfer her to a different elementary school, so leave her alone. I'll get a lawyer and ask for alimony and child support, but no more direct contact. I don't want to talk to you anymore either.
Don't say that. We've been together for 10 years.
You were a sweet daddy when you weren't drinking. These days, you're drunk almost all the time. You don't try to make things better, and you think I'm a housekeeper who brings in money.
That's not true. I don't want a divorce, please. It's not good for our image.
That's why the divorce is already final, LOL. I think it's worse for our image with a husband who's an alcoholic and goes crazy at night. Whatever, but the neighbors have already noticed.
What?
You're an elite employee of a prestigious company and you're out of control at night, destroying things. I'm sure they've heard the noise. The neighbors were already talking about it before I left.
You're kidding, right? That's what they're saying? Do something about it, please.
I don't know. I don't want anything to do with anyone who tries to treat not only me but also my daughter like a housekeeper. If you have the money, why don't you hire a housekeeper?
What about the mortgage on the house? Are you going to buy it out?
There's no way I'm buying it. Besides, a house with a hole in the wall is not going to get a buyer unless you fix it up. You got drunk and punched a hole in the wall. You'll have to take care of it yourself. It's none of my business.
You're abandoning me? I've taken care of you.
Took care of me? I'm the one who took care of you.
I'm the one who's been providing for you.
Your money went to loans, insurance, savings, and we've been living mostly on my salary. Maybe you didn't know that. I'll be alone from now on, so I can live on my own as I please, right? You said so yourself. You said you were living a comfortable life now that the money grubbers were gone.
I didn't mean it. I don't think that way now. I'll consider treatment for alcoholism, so cancel the divorce.
I can't do that.
Then remarry.
I can't do that either.
Don't say that. You're all I've got. I love my family. Why can't you understand that?
And you're still drinking, aren't you?
How do you know? You set up the camera. Where is it?
Because you suddenly changed your tone. You always start out so nice, and then you start acting up. This time, there is no one around for you to hit if you go on a rampage. So why don't you get drunk in the comfort of your own home and wreck the house all you want? By the way, your parents will be there soon. Be careful not to hit them. Punching a wall and punching a person are two different crimes, you know? See you later, alcoholic asshole. As soon as Jenny blocked Aaron, Aaron's parents arrived at his home. There, they witnessed their own son acting crazy and tried to stop him, but he injured his mother. Aaron's father was furious and turned him into the police. Of course, there was no case, but it worked out in her favor, and Jenny was able to get alimony and custody without difficulty. And then, it seems the case was leaked out from somewhere, and he was fired from his job. He is now working under the supervision of his parents to earn child support while undergoing treatment for alcoholism. She has no intention of letting her children see him until the treatment starts to work. Hi Mom, it's Julia. Long time no see. Oh no, not Julia. The slow-witted one. I can't believe you contacted me. That's unusual. What do you want? I want to ask you something. Make it quick, please. You came to my apartment yesterday, right? I don't know how you got my current address, but I was wondering what that letter in the mailbox with no stamp and postmark meant. Oh, you finally saw it. That's the one I put in the mailbox 2 days ago. You took too long to look at it. You're still slow, aren't you? I was on a business trip. I just got back.
Oh, you're going on a business trip. I wondered what kind of bottom line job you were doing. If you have to go on business trips, does that mean you're in a good company? Well, I doubt a big company would hire you, though.
I don't think there's a bottom line for any job. I'm in sales, so I travel a lot.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. I don't need to know what you do. So, did you read the letter?
I did, but there were divorce papers enclosed. What's that?
If you read it, you'd know. You get a divorce and get the hell out of that house. And give your husband to Haven.
What do you mean? You've always loved Haven, your own daughter. You've always turned a cold shoulder to me, your stepdaughter. But that doesn't mean I have to give up my husband to my stepsister. How do you think that would even happen?
Haven told me that she saw you and a guy who was exactly her type walking together while out on a date.
What?
She followed you to see what was going on, and she said you went into a house together.
She followed us?
Of course. She said she asked the neighbors and found out that you were a married couple.
Why are you so obsessed with me? I thought all you wanted was Haven.
That's right. I don't want you, ugly girl. You ran away from home 7 years ago and never came back. Even though it was a coincidence, Haven finally found you. But I never thought that you would be married. And with a man of Haven's type before Haven did. This is just a dig at the beautiful and cute Haven, isn't it?
I don't know what Haven's type of man is. You're reading too much into it, Mom.
Anyway, Haven likes your husband. If you feel bad about getting married before that beautiful girl, then get a divorce and give him to her. Just because Haven isn't married yet doesn't mean you have to show off. Your personality is as bad as ever.
You're the one with the bad personality. I couldn't say it when I was living at home, but now I can say it without hesitation. That's just too rude, no matter how you look at it. You guys are both completely insane.
Huh?
You can't just give your husband away. He's not a thing. Tell Haven to give up my husband and find someone else.
Julia, don't be selfish.
Selfish? About this?
It's selfishness, no matter how you look at it. It's the role of an ugly sister to fulfill her pretty sister's wishes. Showing off when you're so ugly? Even your husband would prefer someone prettier like Haven.
You're not making any sense. My husband is looking at this message with me right now.
Oh, just in time. I'll set you up on a blind date with Haven and tell him to give me his contact information. I'm sure you'll fall in love at first sight if you meet her in person.
He says he doesn't want to.
Huh?
He knows I've lived my whole life being abused by my stepmother and stepsister. He knows that I've had a lonely childhood without the love and affection of my parents. He's the one who swore to me that he would make me happy.
Huh? It's only natural that my love should be poured out onto Sweet Haven. In the first place, you are my ex-husband's child. You are not my biological child.
Yeah, that's right. Just before I graduated from high school, my father died. I called you mother for convenience, but I wasn't adopted by you. Besides, when my father died, you filed a notice of termination of your marital status. At that point, the stepdaughter became completely unrelated to you. So could you please just leave me alone from now on?
I can do that if you give your husband to Haven. We don't need an ugly, slow-witted woman like you in our family.
My husband himself doesn't like Haven, so I'm going to have to say no.
Oh shit. Talking through you won't get us anywhere. Haven and I are coming over there this weekend.
Huh? You're coming here?
I'm going there to have your husband admire her. If he could see her beauty in person, I'm sure your husband will be freed from the ugly curse and fall in love with her.
That doesn't make sense. Anyway, he's not here on weekends because he's working.
He'll just have to take the day off.
Don't make it sound so easy.
You don't have a choice. Make sure you're home on the weekends. Also, it's better if you have the divorce finalized so we can get things moving.
Don't just go on with this one-sided conversation.
I'm not being one-sided. I'll see you this weekend.
Oh, would you just stop it?
Julia, where are you? I just arrived at your house. Come out. Don't tell me you're not home. Haven and I went out of our way to come all the way over here. Hurry up and let us in. Give us some coffee and donuts or something.
I'm away this weekend. My husband is at work and I'm taking refuge at a friend's house.
I told you to stay home. Don't you feel bad for Haven?
Not at all.
Hey, you know what?
We're not close to each other to begin with, so there's nothing good or bad about it. We're strangers to begin with. As for me, I think we're as good as cut off from each other. I don't want to see you, and I don't want you to bother me. Oh, since it's a perfect opportunity, I'll call you by your name, Mabel. I don't want to call you Mother anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, there's not much I can do about it today. But if you think I'm going to let you get away with this, you're mistaken.
Sis, why won't you give your husband to me? Haven, did you go there with your mother? Yes, I did. Why is an ugly girl like you married before me, sis? And with such a handsome guy. That thing's mine. Hey, what's your language? Don't call my husband a thing. I don't care what you call my stuff. I came all the way over here to marry your husband. Not only are you not divorced, you're not even home. How dare you underestimate me? Haven, you've always wanted what's mine, and then you take it away, and never once did you give it back. So what? He's too good looking for you. I'm the one who's going to take him for you. Sis, I don't know what kind of magic you use to make him fall in love with you. I bet he'll wake up the instant he sees my face. The prince is awakened by the princess's true love. It's like a fairy tale, so beautiful. Do you have a hole in your head? But anyway, this time I won't give you my husband, no matter what you say. Oh, I see. Well then, I'll make sure to remind you of who you are dealing with, so hold on to your hats. Mabel, what do you mean by the devastation at our entrance and in the yard?
Oh, what are you talking about?
The front door has been painted. It says, "Give me back my husband." The wife of this house is a husband thief, and the flower beds in the garden have been trampled over.
So, what are you talking about?
There's no point in playing dumb. We have security cameras around our house.
Cameras? Oh my god, where?
Not only at the entrance, but also in the yard. You and Haven were caught on film enjoying yourselves.
Oh well, if that's the case, well, okay. Well, now you get it, don't you? This is what happens when you make me and Haven angry. If you're her sister, give your husband to her. An ugly bitch like you, that's all you're good for.
You still say that?
Of course. Divorce him or I'll hurt you this time. Maybe someone will attack you on the street at night.
That's criminal extortion, says my husband.
Huh?
I guess the front door and flower beds are vandalism charges.
Huh? Oh my god, he's talking like a police officer.
Yes, my husband is a police officer. Are you going to be okay?
What? A policeman?
No, I don't think he's okay. He's really pissed off.
Wait, is it true he's a policeman? No, it's not true. There's no way a slow, ugly bitch like you could ever marry a police officer.
If that's what you think, that's fine. Since you don't seem to believe anything I say to you, see for yourself how much trouble you are in. Both Haven and you are sniffing around about me, but you didn't seem to know. As I said before, I also have the evidence from the security camera. I also took a screen cap of this message. My husband has already contacted the authorities, and they will move on it.
Move?
Arrest, I guess. Hey, why are the police here? We opened the front door thinking it was a delivery service. Then why are you texting me? You didn't run away, did you? I can't run away. It's like there are police officers outside. I'm hiding in my room. They have Mom. I see. She didn't have the time to tell you that we texted earlier. What is it? My husband, whom you fell in love with at first sight, is a policeman. Huh? Because you and your mother did something wrong, the police took action. I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. You and your mother spray-painted graffiti on my house and vandalized my flower beds. I think that's considered property damage. Huh? I see. You committed a crime without realizing it. But a crime is a crime even if you don't realize it. Think of it as an expensive lesson and atone for your crime. Crime? Don't hide. You should go out on your own will. Do you want your crime to be more serious? Well, you're an adult now, so you should take responsibility for your actions. Now, excuse me. So, my stepmother and half-sister who continued to disrespect me were infatuated with my husband and tried their best to make that dream come true. They had no idea that it would lead to their arrest. After that, there was a lot of settling, etc. But I had them both firmly convicted of a crime in order to punish them for doing whatever they wanted to do. Also, the company that they had worked for a long time found out about the incident and they were both forced to resign from their jobs. At this point, we asked for compensation to pay for the graffiti on our front door and the destruction of our flower beds. We managed to get them to pay out of their savings, which they didn't have much of, and our conversation was over. The two ex-convicts will have a hard time finding new employment, and it seems that they will be living in poverty for a long time to come.
I enjoyed our brunch the other day. That breakfast plate with that tasty omelette? I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. How did you know such a nice breakfast place? I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I had a great time too. It just happened to be featured on the famous TV show. I saw their famous breakfast plate with a huge omelette and I wanted to try it. My husband doesn't like to go for brunch, so I don't usually get to eat food like that outside. I was really happy. The eggs were cooked perfectly and delicious. I'd love to sleep on a soft, fluffy, egg-style mattress like that. I'm sure it would lead to some fantastic dreams. That's true. I wish I could sleep on a mattress like that too. That omelette was so good, I couldn't help but become a fan, right? It was so fluffy and tasty, it made me hungry now too. There were so many other delicious-looking dishes, weren't there? Let's go again next time. Maybe next time, I'll try their giant banana split. That one that is over 2 feet long. It looks so delicious. I wonder if I can eat the 6.6-pound banana split. That would require a lot of courage to try. I'm not sure I could eat it all, but I'll support you, Mom. By the way, I was just wondering, why didn't Jake eat the omelet? Some other kids were enjoying eating that omelet. He's already 1.5 years old, so why not go for a child-size omelet? Weren't you saying the other day that you switched from baby food to regular meals? Yes, that's right. But he can't eat eggs. Actually, Jake had a rash on his body the other day. He didn't look well, so we rushed him to the hospital. They ran some tests and found out that he was allergic to eggs. Egg allergy? What's that? Eggs are rich in protein and are a necessary nutrient for growth. It's impossible for a human being to live without eggs. Or he just doesn't like eggs? Being picky about food is not good. It's not that he doesn't like eggs. It's just that he's allergic to the egg white part. I know someone who fell ill after eating eggs. Jake's allergy level was also high, so I was surprised. If you force him to eat them, it could be fatal. Oh my God! I can understand if not eating eggs could be a matter of life or death. But eating them would lead to death? Is that even possible? You know about allergies, right? Of course I do, but it's weird to be allergic to eggs. So, Jake can't eat eggs for the rest of his life? Eggs are full of nutrients. Wouldn't it be bad for him not to eat them? Unfortunately, he is currently on a complete elimination diet, which means that he is not allowed to eat eggs at all. Once his allergy levels have gone down to a certain level, we'll start with egg yolks under the direction of his doctor, and we'll see how it goes. So, he won't be able to eat until those numbers come down? That's right. Hey, is that doctor really a good doctor? Maybe we should change. What? Why? Because it's not right to not give him eggs at all. It's not like he's sick. He should eat a few. I've never heard of an egg allergy. Please look it up on the internet. It'll come right up. The internet is nothing but lies, and that doctor must be lying too. He must be a quack doctor. Well, the hospital Jake goes to specializes in allergy treatment. He's receiving proper guidance from the doctor, so he'll be fine. He is a good doctor, so please, don't worry. No, Kath, I definitely don't trust that hospital. You need to change that hospital right now. Why? This hospital has a good reputation. Even reviews online, and the doctors are very good. So I have no intention of changing. Reviews? From online? You are talking about the internet again. Don't trust such things. You know, in the old days, not many people were treated for allergies. People didn't care if they got rashes on their bodies. They just ate them, you know. If you let Jake eat eggs the same way, his allergy will be cured. Mom, that's dangerous. If you self-diagnose and give allergenic substances, it can result in serious problems. I told you earlier that it could be fatal. I told you that's not true. Have you ever heard of anaphylactic shock? Kath, I'm too old for slang words like that. What's that? I've never heard of it. There were no words like that in our time. It's a symptom of shock caused by eating an allergen. In severe cases, it can be life-threatening, you know. So you can't force-feed allergic substances. That's stupid! Is your child's life in danger just from eating eggs? My God! Young people these days are so weak. What? You know how many of today's youth are gutless? Today's young people are overly concerned with no to this, no to that. That's why they have such weak bodies. Do you understand? In the past, people used to eat even slightly dirty or allergenic foods without any issues. That's why people from the past had strong bodies and good health. Now, they are too clean here and there, and it's making people weak. Mom, isn't that wrong? It doesn't mean he can't eat anything, or that he won't be able to eat eggs for the rest of his life. Besides, allergies can develop in adulthood. I don't want to put it this way, but could it be that your upbringing wasn't quite right? They say that too much eggs and milk during pregnancy is bad. Maybe it happened because you ate too much eggs. No. I don't remember eating too many eggs during my pregnancy. Besides, some children are allergic to eggs even if their mothers are careful. It really hurts to be blamed solely for this. Allergies can be cured with determination. Just have a strong spirit. If you could cure it with your spirit, you wouldn't need a doctor at all, would you? Anyways, please understand this allergy treatment. Don't ever feed him anything that contains eggs, okay? Well, I'm sure he can manage it with just a little determination. Hey, let's give it a try just for a little bit. I'm sure the allergy will go away. I've said it many times before, never give him eggs. It could be life-threatening. Please don't put my son in danger. Never, I beg you, do you understand? You don't have to be so insistent. I understand, and I'll make sure not to give him eggs. But I still don't think you should go to that hospital. I think it's a bit strange. I'll decide which hospital my son goes to, as I'm his mother. Thank you for your understanding, Mom. No matter how many times I explained it to her, she seemed unconvinced by our doctor's treatment methods. However, I felt the need to emphasize strongly because it seemed like she might try to force-feed eggs still. At first, I thought it was something that would never be cured. But I was told that he would be able to eat in the future. I was going to work hard with Jake for the treatment. However, one day, she gave us something. Hello, Kath. I'm sorry I said too much the other day. I felt sorry for Jake who can't eat eggs, so I said it too much. Please forgive me. It's okay, Mom. Don't worry about it. I know that you're thinking about Jake. I'm not angry with you either. I was trying to protect my son, and I said too much too. Is that so? Then that's good. I was worried that you were angry. Anyway, I baked cookies for Jake. I hope you all enjoy them together. Cookies? I don't know. Did you use eggs for cookies? I don't think Jake can eat them. I'm sorry, but I will just eat it with my husband. No, don't worry, Kath. I made it in a way that Jake can eat it too, so it's fine. How can I make something he can't eat right after hearing that story? Please, eat it with your whole family. Is that so? Then I'm glad. I'm relieved. These cookies look delicious, and Jake keeps asking to eat them. I'll eat them with Jake right away. It's okay to let him eat chocolate, right? They're chocolate chip cookies, so I'm sure Jake will enjoy them. Chocolate is Jake's favorite, so he eats it often. Thank you very much. I'll have some then. Bon appetit! I hope Jake will be able to eat eggs soon. I regretted that I should have been more cautious at this time. After he ate the cookies, he developed a rash and had trouble breathing. I thought this was strange, and we rushed him to the hospital. And then, it turned out to be an anaphylactic shock, an attack caused by allergy symptoms. Jake was given a drip and his symptoms started to calm down, but my anger exploded. Hey, Mom, I have to ask you something. That cookie? What on earth are you doing? Oh, they were delicious, weren't they? But can we talk about that later? I'm busy watching K-drama. I don't care about that. It's an emergency. Jake is in the hospital. What? After Jake ate a cookie, he developed a rash. He had trouble breathing, so we rushed him to the hospital. What? Did he fall? Did he hit his head? Or did he choke on something? Kath, you need to take good care of him. It was anaphylactic shock. What? Jake went into anaphylactic shock from eating eggs. It was an allergy reaction. That can't be true. Kath, will you stop lying? Anaphylactic shock? No way. Are you saying that the cookies I made for him made him sick? Yes, exactly. Mom, please answer honestly. You put an egg in those cookies, didn't you? It's an important question. Please be honest. I did. Just a little bit. Why did you do that? Didn't I tell you not to let our son eat eggs? Don't you understand English? Are you an alien? Even you said you made it in a way that Jake could eat. Was everything a lie? And did you really make it to put Jake in danger? It's not like that. It was only a small amount and I thought it would be fine. I remembered that my friend's grandchild was also okay with the small amount. So she started giving it little by little. I guess that kid can eat it because the allergy levels are low. But Jake can't eat it now. I was trying so hard to give it to him when the levels were low. Why didn't you follow what I told you? I didn't have any bad intentions. I just hoped that Jake would become able to eat eggs soon. Besides, you said that egg yolk was fine, didn't you? So I added a little egg yolk to the cookie. Did you hear my explanation? I said I would give him a little egg yolk after the allergy level was low. I never said it was okay to give it to him now. Please backread our conversations. I didn't say anything about it. Don't be so angry. After all, he survived, right? Jake can overcome allergies with determination too. All's well that ends, right? No, you can't apply that in this incident. You shouldn't use it in a situation like this. I can't believe you. I'll never let you see Jake again. Hold on. That's a bit too much to say. I think you're overreacting, isn't it? You don't have to go that far. I did it for Jake's sake. I wanted Jake to be able to eat eggs as soon as possible, so I did it out of the kindness of my heart. He did fine this time, didn't he? So what I did was not wrong. Isn't that right? If you really cared about Jake, you wouldn't have given him something dangerous. You put Jake's life in danger. Are you aware of that? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to happen. Please let me see Jake, okay? I can't imagine not being able to see my grandson. For me, Jake is my reason for living now. You know that, don't you? But I don't know when his life will be in danger again. I absolutely cannot let you see him. I will not accept any of the food you made either. Goodbye. Kath, are you kidding me? You're joking, aren't you? Please, get back in a good mood, Kath. After that, Jake's symptoms completely calmed down and we left the hospital. My husband was very angry about this incident too. So we decided not to let Jake meet his grandma in the future. Sometimes, Mom came to our house to bring food and other gifts, but we refused to accept them. Then, 1 week later, she messaged me. Hello, Kath. I'm really sorry about the other day, and I must have been out of my mind. Actually, I'm at the hospital right now. What? Why are you in the hospital? Is it heat stroke or something? I'm allergic to shrimp. What? I was eating my favorite shrimp salad, and all of a sudden, my whole body started to itch. My face swelled up, and I had trouble breathing. I was taken to an ambulance. Oh, that must have been terrible. I was surprised because Jake also seemed to be in a lot of pain when he had the attack. That allergy attack could be so painful. I didn't know that. I really thought I was going to go to the other side. I did something bad to Jake. I'm really sorry, Kath. Jake? So, you've learned how painful allergies can be? I'm sorry to do this at a time like this, Kath, but I have a favor to ask you. Will you move in with me and help me cook my meals? What? Mom, you've got to be kidding. You're joking, right? I'm very sick right now because of my allergies. Even after I get out of the hospital, I won't have the energy to do housework for a while. I can't eat my favorite shrimp anymore, and my husband can't cook. I decline. What? Why won't you move in with me? Don't tell me you're still mad at me. Do you hold grudges, Kath? Why do I have to live with you to cook meals? I'm not your maid. Why don't you eat your favorite shrimp and keep your spirits up? I told you, I'm allergic to shrimp. I can't eat them anymore. What? But you said that, didn't you, Mom? That allergies are something you can handle with determination? But why do I have to spoil you? Allergies can be cured with determination. Just have a strong spirit, right? What? Are you stupid? There's no way you can do that. If you could cure it with your spirit, you wouldn't need a doctor at all. That's right. There's no way you can cure anything with spirit. But didn't you say that you can cure it with determination? So, you were lying? I won't take care of you. Please, take care of yourself on your own. Kath! Please, pick up. Let's talk. Goodbye. Mom has no choice but to prepare her own meals. But she's frustrated because she can't eat what she wants. Due to the stress of not being able to eat her beloved shrimp, she has even started to dislike anything that's the same color as shrimp. Amidst all this, she takes out her frustration on her husband, who eats his favorite foods in front of her, leading to daily arguments, and it appears that divorce is now being discussed.
You're just a wife, so you better not be using hot water for cleaning. I just added a little hot water. It's so chapped and it stings. Don't talk back to me. I was right to come back and get what I forgot. I didn't realize you were so sneaky when I'm not around. You don't have to say it like that. I'd want to give you a beating, but I've got a tea party with a friend. You better remember when I come back home. You're going to redo all the cleaning. It's hard to clean during the winter. Yesterday, you were worried about Lindsay saying it must be hard to clean at school when it's cold. Wife and grandchildren are two different things. I don't care if you bleed or lose fingers. I don't care at all. You're so cruel. Do all the cleaning and weeding with your bare hands. Use cold water, rain or shine 24/7. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm doing everything as you say. As punishment for using hot water, you're not having dinner tonight. I didn't eat anything yesterday. Just drink water. It won't kill you. That's too cruel. Are you disobeying your mother-in-law? You have some nerve. I'd like to see your parents' faces. Oh, Right, they're not here anymore. Don't talk bad about my parents. It's true. They're the ones who made this useless human being. That's too much. I don't have a penny to spend on the wife. Even drinking water is a waste. Just don't eat or drink. Why are you so... You don't like me that much? I'm just educating the wife. Are you still trying to talk back to me? Have you forgotten what happened a month ago? You mean the time I was sick and had no choice but to order takeout for dinner? The next day, my clothes were soaking wet. I never thought you'd do something like that to me. I just did your laundry. In the closet? Maybe there was a leak or something. You did a bad thing, so maybe God was just punishing you. I just couldn't move because I was sick. You're overreacting. You act normal to me in front of Alex and Lindsay. Of course, I have no choice but to do that for the wife's education. I don't want to be the bad person because of you playing the victim. You only do it when they're not around so you don't get caught. If you don't say anything, it won't be a problem. It's not normal to make threats like that. I can't take it anymore. I'll talk to Alex. Fine, tell Alex. He's going to throw you out anyway, and he'll only make it quicker. What are you talking about? You're so pathetic. You don't know anything. Alex is divorcing you. What? They're already talking about remarrying. She's beautiful and very rich. Don't bullshit me. He hasn't shown any signs of that, and I don't believe you. He's keeping it a secret from you. They had dinner together the other night. They're perfect for each other. Alex, that can't be. You can't be serious. Poor you. You'll be all alone soon. I'll raise Lindsay at home. You're going to take away my daughter too? She'll be poor with you. She's only 7 years old. She'll be fine with her new mommy. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry for your loss. Oh yeah, you'll have to clean up the other apartment first thing tomorrow morning. What? The other apartment? Your husband's study. There's no point in having a dead man's study. I want to use it as a storage place. It's your last job, so do it properly. Okay. I can't think straight. What's going on? Did Alex really do that? Is Lindsay unhappy when I'm around? I'm sorry. I'm confused. My name is Angela, a 35-year-old housewife. 6 months ago, my father-in-law passed away, and my mother-in-law cried that she missed us, so we decided to move in with her. But that was a mistake. As soon as I moved in with my mother-in-law, she changed. She started to bully me. Many people made me annoyed by my weak attitude. My parents died early in life, and I grew up in a relative's home, but I was treated like a servant. If I did as I was told, if I didn't complain, I could eat food. I would never get hurt. I was unconsciously influenced from my past. I always think, if my husband and daughter are happy, I just have to put up with it. I hate myself for this. And now, my brain is in a panic because of what my mother-in-law told me. All I can think about is the loop of questions. I trust Alex, but my mother-in-law's words keep flickering, and I'm afraid to listen to them. But then, my mother-in-law pushes even harder. I turned off the breaker at the other apartment. Heating is a luxury for a housewife. What? It's a waste of electricity for a wife who's just cleaning the room. What are you talking about? It's below freezing temperatures. Without heating, I'll freeze. Then just freeze. The heat is off, isn't it? Oh no, it doesn't work. The breaker is outside. You can't turn it back on. I'll just go outside. What? It won't open. It won't work. It won't work. It's locked with a deadbolt and a padlock. Why are you doing this? It's been extremely cold since yesterday. There's a lot of snow on the ground. Big icicles are forming. Maybe we should do a sword fight. Stop joking around. Below freezing, no heat. The windows are shut with bars. There's not even a phone in the house. The worst. I mean, that's the best environment. I don't want to be harassed anymore. Please open the door. It's so cold. I can't. I'm going out now. What? Stop joking. Please. Hey, you know what? There's a trick up there. A loophole? No. My husband was a writer, right? Sometimes he didn't like to hear from editors. Huh? I asked a friend of mine who's a radio enthusiast to install a jamming device in the room. One push of a button and this whole place goes out of range. This switch right here, next to the breaker. Oh my God! Switch is on! Alex is now a single man. Saves the trouble of getting a divorce. You're useless, so there's nothing to do. Don't come out as a ghost, okay? I won't be able to see the texts anymore, but goodbye forever. Say hello to my husband on the other side. Where are you, Angela? Don't tell me you're still at the other apartment. I locked the door thinking you finished cleaning long ago. I opened the door right away. Please, please be alive. Nice try, but I'm still alive. Huh? Is this a fake text to make it look like an accident? You deleted the text you sent when you locked me in. How in the world? It's all thanks to Lindsay. What? What can a 7-year-old do? That other apartment was Lindsay's secret play area, and she built a hidden passage. She found me lying on the floor and immediately contacted Alex. How did she get in touch with him? Lindsay's cell phone was out of range. Anyway, she rushed to your house to get a blanket to keep me warm. She realized the landline at your house works and called Alex in tears. The 3 of us are at the hospital now. What? Alex too? Of course! He called an ambulance as soon as he heard from Lindsay. He even left work early and rushed to the hospital. I see. Lindsay has something she wants to say. I'll hand over the phone. I won't forgive you, bitch. Lindsay? I can't believe a girl would say that. Shut up. You're a piece of shit who did terrible things to Mommy. Grandma is always nice. Don't say that. Shut up. I'll turn into a sketchy star and punish you. Come on, count your sins. I never thought Lindsay was so barbaric. I guess her mother's bad parenting came around. Calm down. This is a line from a hero that Lindsay is addicted to. What? It's from a TV show called Go Power Rangers. I'm surprised. But it doesn't change the fact that she's angry. She doesn't even want to see you anymore. Oh, it's just a misunderstanding. I'm so glad you're okay, Angela. I'm so happy I'm about to cry. It's so obvious. You tried to lock me up and make me disappear. How can that be? My memory's a little fuzzy. I'm so confused. No, it was definitely you. I don't know what on basis you're making that statement. There isn't even a text message left. How could you do this to me when I'm so worried about you? You were going to call the police yourself when you saw that I wasn't breathing, weren't you? That's when you were going to remove the bar and padlock. That's just speculation. You're being paranoid. The police came with the ambulance. What? Oh, what's wrong? Are you panicking? It's not good that the police came first. It's going to mess up your plans. Sure enough, as soon as they saw the situation, they decided it was a case. They had my testimony, evidence, and fingerprints all over the place. God damn it! You were a corrupt person to begin with, but now you're legally a criminal and a confirmed scumbag. Well, it's not much of a crime if it's your first attempt. Just act cool and I'll get away with it. You're a scum to the core, aren't you? You've been talking arrogantly for quite some time now. You're so proud of your victory that you think you've turned the tables? The wife should be scared. I just realized that I can't be weak. When I woke up in the hospital bed, the first thing I saw was Alex and Lindsay's crying faces while holding my hands. I wanted to protect them both, and as soon as I thought that I had to be strong, I was no longer afraid of anything. There is nothing I fear more than losing Alex and Lindsay. Your final line is so empty. Alex is divorcing you. You're going to lose him now. I asked him about that right after I woke up. Alex isn't thinking of divorce. You are mistaken. Huh? Well, his expression of concern for me was full of love. Intuitively, I thought divorce was impossible. Forget the love. What do you mean a misunderstanding? I did indeed saw the two of them coming out of the restaurant at a luxury hotel. I asked him later, and he said she was the daughter of the president of one of his business partners. Is that all? No mention of divorce or remarriage? He didn't say that, but you would think so. If you weren't here, he'd have a smooth remarriage, and I'd have the upper hand. It's all about money with you. You thought you could take advantage of it and live a rich life, didn't you? What's so wrong with that? I want to live like a celebrity. The dinner was just for business. It wasn't only Alex. His boss and co-workers were with him. The daughter is married to begin with. What? I thought this would make Alex happy. It's clearly for your own happiness. Greedy old grandma making a hasty decision and almost costing my life. It's so annoying. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. My true voice came out. Angela, does Alex know? Of course he knows everything. Of course I told him about this case, and I also confided in him about you bullying me. He cried and apologized. Wait, you don't think Did you finally realize? Alex and Lindsay are furious. We're cutting ties with you. I can't have that. I don't want to be alone. You did that to yourself. We'll charge you for my medical treatment and alimony. I don't have any money. Don't you have your husband's insurance money? I gambled and went to host clubs, so I don't have any. Wow, you really are a scumbag. It would be better for the world if you were arrested. Don't say that. You'll help me, won't you? Or family. Why you think I would even help you in the slightest is a mystery to me. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. Have you ever heard of the radio law? What's that? It's illegal to emit radio waves without a permit or license. Violation of the radio law is also illegal. Huh? The neighbor's house seems they had some interference, and the husband who works from home had a hard time. His house is behind your other apartment, so I guess it affected him. That's a lie. My husband had no problem. The neighbor just finished the house last month and moved in. When your husband was using it, there were no houses around, so I guess it wasn't a problem. That's not fair. I can't be the only one guilty. Both your husband and the friend who built the device had permission to use it in the first place. They found a permit on a bookshelf in the back of the apartment, but not you. Wait, I just didn't know. I didn't do it on purpose. The damage to the neighborhood may have been unexpected, but it was malicious and deliberately directed at me in the first place. Why don't you get arrested and have a taste of your own medicine? Oh no, I don't want to go to jail. Change your testimony. Can you imagine what it's like to freeze in the cold and lose consciousness? The fear and frustration at the thought of your life ending here. Compared to that, prison is pleasant. Okay, I'm sorry. Please help me. At least, please don't cut ties as a family. How selfish can you get? You sound like a pathetic child. Take responsibility for what you did. Because I don't want to. Please help me. I refuse. Goodbye forever. Wait, I don't want to be alone. My mother-in-law was arrested and sentenced to prison on her actions. She is paying medical treatment and alimony through a lawyer. I heard that our neighbor also filed a claim for damages. I'm sure she will have to pay them on her own after she gets out of prison. My family and I cut ties with my mother-in-law and moved into a new house. Our new life is peaceful and we are very happy. The three of us laugh watching Power Rangers. I wonder if our fourth new family member in my belly can hear us.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.